So this slide presentation is about the robust redhorse, or otherwise known as Moxostoma robustum. So, for the taxonomy of the robust redhorse, it's found in the kingdom Animalia, Chordata, which is your chordates, Nactiopteri, and it's in your cypriniforms, such as your ray fin fishes, and Catastomidae, which further declassifies it as suckers that also have pharyngeal teeth. And Moxostoma is a genus that is categorized as North American ray fin fishes. So, in order to ID this fish, the things that make it really stand out against other members of the genus Moxostoma are the coloration of the fins and the brownish reddish color found along the scales, and also the very large scales. Another thing that distinguishes it pretty well from other members of the Moxostoma family are the vertical striations in the papillae, which the papillae is the tissue surrounding the sucker mouth. Another thing to help, get yourself aligned in regards to what you want to ID this fish as is the long anal fins to help you identify its Moxostoma, the sucker mouth, and once again, coloration to reiterate that. Adults can be up to 2 feet and 6 inches, which is a pretty good decent size. They're also quite thick-bodied. Go along with the diet. What it eats. Juveniles usually eat aquatic insects, and adults, when their pharyngeal teeth in their mouth gets big enough, they're able to eat crustaceans and mollusks as well. To provide an example of what's found in the PD River is your damselfly larvae, you have your Carolina heel splitter over here, and then you have your Brainsboro burrowing crayfish, which is the only crayfish found in the PD River basin. So, for habitat needs and what it needs in order to have a successful spawning, so the prime spawning location is found in large rivers, high order rivers. Usually they'll spawn in the shoals, which gives their eggs a place to settle down so they won't get away, but they have enough space in order to get water flowing over the eggs. That's why they would need fast-moving water. And for outside of spawning territory, usually they'll be found in deep water, or usually around slow bends and around with woody debris, such as this guy here. And this lovely bucket of stuff that looks like tang is their eggs. Life history and populations. It was originally found in 1870 on the Yadkin River, and then it seemed to have disappeared from history until the 1980s, when it was rediscovered in the PD River along here. Usually you're not going to find anything above the one of the major dams here that's found in this area. It's still found in North Carolina, but usually dams cause it to have a really hard time establishing populations upstream of it. So that, and then the other existing populations in Georgia, and they're usually found on the Muskogee River, the Oconee River, and along the Broad, which is right here. And we also have the Ogeechee River along here, which are also populations found along there. For the spawning behavior, robust redhorse reach sexual maturity around 5 to 6 years of age. And with spawning, usually this change, after they've reached about 5 to 6 years of age, is triggered by a temperature change in the water of usually 17 degrees centigrade or 62.6 degrees Fahrenheit, which this puts the spawning period into late April to early May. And the only really big change is the formation of tubercles around the head, which are these guys all along here, and they're found all before the preoperculum. And in some cases, they can be found all the way to the end of the caudal fin, which is something that's pretty unusual. life history about how it is managed, at least in North Carolina. You cannot catch or kill robust red horse without a permit.